Kwame Brown has been making a lot of waves on the YouTube. I'd like to share my thoughts on Kwame Brown because I've known Kwame Brown for a long time, way back when he was drafted. I initially thought he was somebody who hails from my country. I'm from Ghana, and his name Kwame is originated from Ghana. So my immediate thought was probably a Ghanaian who migrated to the US has been drafted to the NBA. But later down the year, I realized he wasn't really from Ghana like that. He was in the US. He just adopted that name. But he's been a really interesting person to observe. Right now, he's catching a storm on YouTube, and a lot of people are really paying attention to him. And I'm also one of them. I listen to Kwame Brown when I have the time to. He makes a lot of valid points, and he's a very funny dude, as most viewers of his can attest to. He has a really witty way of saying things, and he seems like a really likable person. But his trajectory has been really interesting. I went from knowing about Kwame Brown to along the line listening to Stephen A. Smith talking about him, calling him a bust. I used to listen to those things, and I'm also guilty of like laughing at the fact of him being called a bust. I used to think it was funny because the way Stephen A. Smith was saying it, it was comical. I didn't really dig deep into it, but it was something that I found really comical. But as things has turned out, it didn't look like that was the best look. I didn't think Stephen A. Smith was doing justice to him. Because looking at the way his career panned out, I don't think he deserved all those jokes and like all those things that was being said about him. Because as he went deep into in his career, the fact that he wasn't really wanted in the team that drafted him, that's like that's I don't know how to say it, but he had a hard part from what he was saying. And from what I've also heard from other his teammates and everything, it looks like he wasn't really given a fair chance like that. But it was made fun of and was part of jokes for a long time. That was really sad to witness, to be in his shoes. That's a really, how do you call it, uncomfortable situation to be in. But it also speaks to his how do you call it, his upbringing and what he was like, what he's made up of. Because to be able to survive all that and still keep your cool and just stick to what you are doing and see it through to the end of your career for like 12 years in the league, that's something that's something to write home about. Like that shows somebody who has good character. Somebody who has good character. He's been brought up the right way. Because I don't think a lot of people would have made it through such turbulent situations. But ever since he's come on YouTube, this guy basically came on YouTube. I think he's been on YouTube for a while. I watched some of his past videos. He's actually been saying the same things he was saying before, but people really didn't pay attention. Because I watched some of his videos and I could hear some of the same talking points in those past videos. But now a lot of people have eyes on him and they are paying attention to it now. But he blew up on YouTube by responding to how do you call it? Matt Barnes and what's his name? Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, who are still digging in after all this time, trying to make him seem insignificant in a trade. That's how he got on YouTube. And the funny thing I realized is this guy got his following on YouTube. People were gravitating towards him because of his like the way he was coming out and defending himself and how funny he was about it. And suddenly people like are placing some huge expectations on his shoulders. Like he's supposed to do this and he's supposed to do that. Like it's almost as if he was running for office, and now that he's in office, he's supposed to see through on all the promises he made. I found that really interesting. It's crazy. People are expecting what do you have to offer for, like they were placing some expectations on him. What he's supposed to do, what's supposed to do. The last time I checked, YouTube was like free for everybody to hop onto YouTube and do whatever they want. And he exercised that same right. And all of a sudden, scores of people are just ganging up with him, placing expectations on him on what he's supposed to do on YouTube. I don't really get that part of it. That sounds really crazy to me. And on top of people like hating on him for no reason, I'm finding it difficult wrapping my head behind that. When you really listen to what this guy says, I don't really see anything he says that merits somebody hating on him. It's really crazy to me. I don't know what he has done or what exactly he has said. That make people so upset and like go at him every time. I just don't get it. Because I really dig in, I listen to everything he says and everything anybody who seems to come at him says, and it doesn't really it doesn't hold water. Somebody hates him because he was supposed to, how do you call him a certain time and he didn't call him, and also that he's hating on him now. And that seems to be the, how do you call it, that seems to be what a lot of people are hanging on as a reason why they hate him, because we're supposed to get in touch with them or supposed to shut them out or supposed to, like, how do you call it, shine some light on them, and he failed to do it. And because of that, they've turned into bona fide haters of his now. And that seems really crazy to me. That's a scary thing to behold, because it looks like somebody, like, they used to we used to hear of people, like, people don't want somebody to succeed. They just don't like you for no reason. They just don't like you to get ahead in life, and they'll do whatever to just bring you down, even when you've not done anything to merit that. This mirrors that kind of situations we used to, like, hear of. Because most of us used to hear of those things. We don't really have any personal experience of, like, somebody who just hates you for no reason and wants your downfall. But it's something that, like, it gives you a first-hand experience of something like that. When you're really, like, doing something you want to do and following what like you have desire in your heart to do, and somebody sitting somewhere just doesn't want you to succeed, doesn't want you to go ahead, to be a success in whatever you are doing. They want your downfall, and they make it their priority in life to wake up and just do whatever they can to bring you down, to make you look bad, for people not to like you. That's crazy. That's really crazy. A lot of people have motives on coming on YouTube, and I guess that's one of those things. Do whatever it takes just to get ahead, to make waves. Everybody's not meant to succeed on YouTube. If you make YouTube a means by which you have to get ahead in life, you're going to put a lot of pressure on yourself, and you're going to put yourself in some sort of depression of some sort. Because YouTube, it's not supposed to make it on YouTube. You just do it because you want to do it. Like, it should be your passion, something you like to do regardless of whether it pays or it doesn't pay. If it pays, fine. If not, then it wasn't meant for you. But some people have made it their how do you call it, their goal to succeed on YouTube at all costs, and they're going to do whatever it takes to succeed on YouTube, whether it's tearing somebody down, whatever it takes. That's really crazy to me. So I like Kwame Brown. I like what he stands for, and the fact that he's called Kwame is what really, like, caught my attention in the first place. And to know that he's made of such good quality, he speaks really eloquently, and he's able to, like, express his thoughts He's able to like, express his thought really well and sense and gets his message across. I find that really fascinating, and I watch him whenever I can. Especially when I wake up in the morning. Usually when I wake up, it's already upload this video. I just put it on and I'll do whatever I'm doing and it'll be playing in the background. I don't really know. I don't understand why he's getting all this hate, but I like what he's doing and I like his message. And on top of the fact that he's really hilarious, that guy is really funny. I listened to this. I listened to a roast of his. There was this guy who was coming up, who was also hating on him, Hassan Campbell, and he roasted this guy, and the thing was really funny. I was looking to cut that a particular part of the roast to just upload on YouTube because the thing was so hilarious. The guy is really funny. He could probably make his name in stand-up comedy or something because he can really like get his jokes across. He knows how to crack jokes, and his whole southern accent, the way he speaks, the way he says some words, that's crazy. And to think that he kept all this inside all these years and didn't let it show. Nobody really like heard of him. There was no interviews. He didn't really do interviews like that. He just kept all this inside. And coincidentally, people who are really hating on him has actually brought this thing out of him. And the whole world is now witnessing who he is now. So you could say that's a blessing in disguise. But I just wanted to share my thoughts on Kwame Brown. I've been following you for all this while, and I thought I should just hop on YouTube and share my thoughts on him. Originally, my channel was made for boxing. I'm a huge boxing fan. But I realized boxing isn't what I thought it was. It's a whole lot of politics and there's a lot of shenanigans in boxing that I can't get with it. If the fight happens, I just watch. But now it looks like people don't want to fight each other or making all kinds of excuses. People will say I'm the shit before they realize somebody who's capable of beating them comes along. They don't want to fight anymore, making excuses. I was just tired of that shit. I just laid back. But I like to I watch all kinds of things on YouTube, and I thought I could just let me just venture in something else because boxing is now just a comic. It's a shit show. So I thought I'd just hop on YouTube and then express my thoughts on Kwame Brown. I hope to making more of these commentaries in the future. Just anything I see on YouTube that I have an opinion on, I'm just gonna hop on and share my opinion. That's how I'm gonna make my channel now. How it takes me. But that's something I like. I feel like I want to do. So those are my thoughts on Kwame Brown. Hopefully you hear from me in the future. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.